I just think that we have a lot to offer in Toronto, and there is in the rap scene, Toronto has a signature sound.
Right.
And I'm not really like that. Like my sound isn't, my rapping isn't like that. So I'm kind of like a black sheep in the rap community, I would say. Yeah.
That's good.
But I mean, I stand out.
RAXX, thank you for joining us.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
It's live. Action.
You're here.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. I've never seen a shirt like that.
I know, it's flames. We're fire.
I love
it.
Thank you.
Speaking of flames and fire, I was watching your video for Thick Chick, and you have that flame shirt on.
It's kind of the vibe.
I was like, check out these boots. They're also
oh my
they're
god,
like exact flames.
I am literally obsessed with those boots.
Yeah.
What size are your feet? Oh, you don't have to disclose.
No, they're I'm like 5.5, 6.
With 6?
What size are your feet? I don't answer that question on the podcast.
You can ask me, but it's not appropriate to ask a man.
So you have tiny little feet. Oh, that's so cute.
It's like you don't ask a woman her age and you don't ask a man his shoe size.
Oh, true.
Well, it depends what shoes. I'm at 12.
I get them specially made.
But sometimes I am an 11. But,
on the good days.
Well, maybe on the bad days.
And you get excited.
Yeah, then I put on the 12s.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Toronto? Born in Toronto?
No.
Where are you from?
Oh. Collingwood.
Oh.
Wow.
Bluemountain.
What a cool place to grow up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Shout out my mom for letting us grow up there. Yeah, like big snowboarder. That was kind of the scene.
Amazing.
Out
so
there.
You spent a lot of time on a snowboard.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I was pretty much born on a snowboard.
That's amazing. Because all of I wish I had spent that much time on skis.
You're your skier?
Skier.
Cool.
And I'm not a bad skier, but I've never lived on a ski hill.
Yeah.
And when you live on a ski hill,
the vibe.
You can dial in you just log more hours so you become that much better.
Yeah, it's a whole lifestyle. I was pretty I did compete and I was kind of
little jumps
taking it slope style.
Slope
rails,
style.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
God.
Yeah, and I actually, fun fact, broke my back.
What?
Wow.
Snowboarding, yes. My L2 and my L3. I was out in Whistler and it happened, and then I had a bad head injury with that accident, and
At the same time?
yeah.
Oh, that
my
must have been a
God.
hell
Broke
of an
my
accident.
wrist.
Did you get on the stretcher, down the hill on the stretcher?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They gassed
wow.
me. It was a
Oh
big
my God.
this. And don't cut it out.
Wow, that's really a traumatic
yeah, but fast forward to my doctor being like, for memory and stuff, you should do poetry, and that's kind of where the rapping started.
Oh.
Very
And the
cool.
music and all that.
So it started right there in the hospital.
Basically, I was just in my bed, just spitting bars,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Only once I tried snowboarding, only once. And I went to Bluemountain. And it was like a media trip, and they got me all rented my gear and got me a lesson.
Okay.
And I go up the hill thing. I put the snowboard on, and right away I was like, I do not like this. And I asked the instructor, can you take a couple pictures of me? And she was like, and then I popped my feet out and I go, I'm done.
She did it for the gram.
You know
she's
what?
like-
I know how you feel.
Because I was like, this is not for me.
Mhm.
And she's like, but you paid for a lesson. I was like, no, I didn't. Gotta go.
Influencer thing.
I was like, I just didn't like it.
Yeah, I know how I feel. Like as a skier, growing up skiing, I tried snowboarding as a young kid.
Yeah.
As soon as you strap my feet together, I
Yeah.
couldn't figure that
Gets
one
scary. You should always start with skiing, I think.
Yeah.
And get comfortable with the hill and everything. Because I did start with skiing.
Yeah.
And then move on to snowboarding.
Yeah,
My
for
sister
me,
loves it.
I tried the snowboard. I thought for sure I'd break my back.
So that started, you started rapping, and that started with poetry.
Mhm.
So you write all your own stuff?
Yeah. Everything.
Cool.
So when you started writing the poetry,
Mm.
did you know that you wanted to rap it, or did you?
No.
So walk us through a bit of that.
Yeah, it was kind of like what I used to just do. And I didn't start rapping until 2018, 19. So recently.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And it just stemmed from a bad relationship. And, I started to do poetry again because I had not done it. And it was just my outlet. And then I started listening to hip hop a lot more. and Young M.A. I don't know if you guys know her from New York.
Okay.
She's a female rapper from out there. Listening to her, and I really loved her style, and it was just really empowering for a woman to just be a rapper, right? Because you see like the Cardibs and you see the Nicki Minaj's and stuff, but she was kind of like a tomboy, and I'm kind of like a tomboy, so I kind of related to her in that. So I started practicing her rap, and then I was like, maybe I can do my own.
Yeah.
And then I started practicing, and I just kind of felt like I had something, so I did it for some people. They said that you're sick with it, so I posted a video.
Yeah.
And it went mini viral, and then it just snowballed from there.
That's fantastic. So you posted on TikTok?
No, this was before TikTok.
Where?
Okay.
Instagram. I guess Instagram.
It was actually Facebook.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So on Facebook, it kind of went like, I would say like over 10,000.
Yeah.
That's
But I mean, that's your first, it's like, okay, it's reaching the right people.
Yeah.
fantastic on Facebook.
Another 10.
Yeah.
So then like some people just picked me up, and I started doing a lot of shows in Toronto, and it just kind of started snowballing, and here we are.
Yeah.
So your first show, that's basically you're going in with a set of your music.
Yeah, like I would say like I started as like a SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah.
Like I had like a lot of kind of songs, and I kind of learned along the way.
What do you mean by that?
Like people just like SoundCloud rappers, like you don't get taken seriously, and you just kind of just put out music. Like there's no
like you don't have like a label. You're just kind of like independently producing and posting your stuff on.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you're just kind of learning as you go.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what I was doing. And yeah, like I was just, if you go back and listen to that stuff compared to my new stuff, there's a huge difference. And like, I love that you can, then that's why I love doing music, because you can really see the growth in doing it. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's would have been the first time that you actually performed a set that you had to, memorize the whole thing.
I think it was like 3 songs.
Okay, but
well,
still.
Yeah.
Still quite interesting, considering the fact like most of the people don't get into it even later in life, but going out and doing your first show, that's quite something.
Well, you want to know something funny? I was a waitress for a really, really long time and would never write anything down. And there was this one guy one time, and like I have kind of a unique voice, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I have like a raspy voice. And this guy was like, you don't write anything down? I was like, no. And he's like, well, like, how? He's like, are you a rapper? And this is before I even was.
Wow.
And I was like, no, I'm not. And then it kind of like was like, like maybe maybe my memory is better than I thought I gave it credit. So.
Did you ever have somebody demand that you write it down?
When I was a server? Yes, of course. Like they're like, they don't trust me, but I was pretty good. Like.
Yeah, I go either way as a patron in that situation.
Are you one of the guys that would be like, write it down?
I have been, but not all the time. Because sometimes it's quite interesting to see if they're going to get it right.
Because you want to challenge them.
For the challenge.
But like, are you like an extra mods guy? Like, do you like to like modify everything?
I'm a...
particular.
I would characterize myself as a more complex patron.
That's okay. You like what you like.
Exactly. So I mod.
You mod.
And so I get in. I actually have, because I've got a couple allergies.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'm a modder who uses that in his a little disguise.
Okay.
That's my cloak. Because a lot of the times I'm modifying stuff that doesn't have my allergies associated with it.
You just don't like it.
I just,
particular. Okay.
Yeah, particular. And I'm going out, so I, if the menu doesn't suit me.
Girl, bye.
Yeah, you go to a lot of places that I think suit you. I mean,
where's your favorite place?
Yeah.
You know what? I'd say that my most frequented establishment is one restaurant at the Hazelton. Okay, Hazelton Hotel. Now, it's got a great, well-rounded menu. But there's other things that I crave that I don't go there specifically for.
But that's like
But then again, I can't deviate too far off the rails in many directions because I try and stay to a certain, diet.
Got you.
If I go too off the Italian deep end, it doesn't, although I'd love to, but it doesn't end super well for me.
I feel that.
So I try and stick to big salads, like protein, salads.
Preach.
And that's what I try and stick to. So I'm a big sucker for a place that's got a big salad.
Mm-hmm. You're a salad guy.
And protein.
And protein.
Yeah.
Love
You
that
know
for
what? I'm actually not. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm not. But I've been forced to. Gotcha. Biology has forced me to be that guy. Mm-hmm. So that's what I've turned into.
Mm-hmm. Salad. You're going to have a banner, salad guy.
Yeah, thanks to biology.
Yeah. Not by choice.
Yeah, not by choice. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I worked in restaurants too. And like the keg, I worked at Hemingway's for a little bit. But I would write everything down because if I leave that table and I see something shiny, what is it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I had my days. Days.
I still write everything down all the time. Mm-hmm. Yes, always. I'm always keeping notes on things.
There's something comforting in a note taker.
I love that.
That's comforting. You're like, oh, it's okay. I get it.
You know, if
I love to see where you're going with this.
Yeah. If the menu's simple, I can see not writing. Personally, I would write because I wouldn't want to be thinking in my head on the way back to the pass or back to the kitchen, like, oh, I don't want to, talk to somebody else because I may lose it.
Yeah.
But then again, my memories are obviously different.
Yeah. So I think it just comes back to like just being repetitive and like that's where I can remember lyrics.
Yeah.
I sit and practice a lot.
Yeah.
And so just repeating it in my head a lot, it just sticks. I don't know. Like,
and where do you find this inspiration for all this poetry?
Oh, I mean, fuck boys.
Yeah.
That's a big inspiration. Just like life, I guess, because like music is so beautiful in a sense where you can just let out your emotion in every genre. And so that's why I like to do it. It's like my therapy.
Okay, so your memory's good.
Yeah.
You rehearse your lyrics. You know lyrics. Do you practice like for a freestyle? Because I watch a couple of videos of you and you are really good. How does that work in this process? Like, do you practice freestyles and like have a couple like, I don't know, bars that you're going to spit out?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to like cap and say that I'm like one of these people that can go off my top. Like, I definitely have some writtens in my head. It's just in the vault. And if the beat is there and I'm feeling it, we'll let it out. But I can't do it like off the top.
Yeah, like I'm not just gonna be like, okay, I
couldn't.
Yeah, I think that would be really hard.
I give credit to those guys.
Yeah,
and girls.
Yeah, guys and girls. Anyone who can do that, I think, is so cool.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a writer. I've written lots of poetry, but I don't think it would go into a rap very well.
Do you sing as well?
I do not sing. I'm actually really bad at singing. I love to do karaoke, and I'm a great entertainer. I love being on stage.
Yes.
But this voice is not. It's kind of like...
She's got a voice for radio.
Yeah. It's like if you've ever watched The Sweetest or My Best Friend's Wedding, and Camerondiaz goes up there and she tries to... Julia Roberts tries to make her look bad, and Camerondiaz sings a song, and she's so bad, but she's so cute, and everyone's like, "Woo, that's me."
You're giving Camerondiaz vibes for sure.
Yeah,
love that.
No singing.
So you were a back-to-back winner on the Shade 45 demo
battle. Yeah,
battle.
I was.
So you submit your song to that, and how'd that happen?
Well, I like to, do a lot of outreach. Some people would find it annoying, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm here for it.
Yeah. I outreach to a lot of people all the time. I think that taking an hour out of your day to kind of do that is important if you want to be a creative. Because everyone and their mother is an artist now. Yeah. So you kind of got to set apart from people. So outreaching, making sure that your EPK looks good. All of that. And
listeners, EPK?
Electronic press kit.
Beautiful.
That's something we talked about in the episode with Bridget, because Bridget is an expert at making electronic press kits.
So that is kind of like a resume of everything you as a creator, artist, whatever kind of does. And you can put it in a package so you can present it to these people. And so I was doing that, and I kind of reached out to the right people. it got back into the hands of Destroy, and he's one of the hosts of Shade 45. Shout out Destroy. And he really fucks with me. So he's like, would love to have you on the show. I was shocked. I thought I was getting scammed.
Right.
Because so many times as an artist, like, I'm sure you guys deal with it. Like there's pages that get made and they're just like, they promise you the world and it's just a scam.
Yeah.
So I literally thought it was a scam and I didn't believe it until I was sitting on hold to be on Shade 45. So I went on and I battled another woman. I think she was from Houston, the first one. And she played a song, I played a song, and then voters call in. And yeah, they loved it. It was my song, Mind Your Business. Love that song. It's produced by Beatbuster. He's from Toronto as well.
Cool.
And yeah, we won. So you have to win 5 times. So I went back for round 2, won there too.
With a different song?
Different song.
Damn.
You got to have 5 different songs.
Oh, it's like a playoff series.
Basically.
Wow.
Yeah, for demos. And so 1 second battle. And then the third battle, I was under the assumption, because he told me he wanted to do an all-female one. And I'm not saying anything, but I would have picked a different song if I knew I was going against a dude.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so they kind of threw that against me. But I think it was because someone didn't show up or something because they were scrambling. But
Victim of circumstances.
yeah. But everything happens for a reason. It was a great learning experience. I got a lot of great feedback from it. So, and it's opened a lot of doors for me. So shout out Shade 45.
How did you decide? So if you've got 5 songs to play, how do you decide how to stagger your 5?
Exactly.
It's not easy.
Yeah, and there's like a curation. Like for me, I'm very big on curation, like with shows, with albums, with everything. So I was thinking like, you have to kind of think about how, because the people know who they're going against me because I'm the reigning champ. I don't know who I'm going against, right? So they have that upper hand against me, so they can research me, right? And see the music that I have, and then they have the upper hand to me.
Right.
So that kind of sucks in that sense, but I mean, it's the name of the game. Like rap is cutthroat. So that's what it is. But yeah, I loved that experience. It was really great. And representing women in hip hop from Toronto was awesome.
Absolutely. It's a really cool format, actually.
Yeah, and it gives out like a voice to.
You could turn it into a show in and of itself.
Yeah, exactly.
So on these tours, or not on these shows, are you headlining? Are you opening? Like who are you opening for?
Like the shows that I've been doing recently.
Yeah.
They're all different.
Yeah.
Each show's different. I have had some headline shows. I had one at Supermarket here in Toronto.
Oh, yeah, I love it there.
Yeah, it was super dope. With Zed. It's called Zed Nights. They're a promotion company, and they're putting on for the city, so it's pretty dope. I throw some shows. It's called No Man's Land. It's like an all-female event with Hiphop Supermarket.
Oh, actually No Man's Land.
Yeah, it's called No Man's Land.
Sounds like a good event.
Yes. If you want to meet a woman, I mean, go there.
Yeah. I don't, but it still sounds like a good event.
For anybody else out there.
Yeah. And then I'm opening for some bigger people this year and everything. So yeah, it's always different.
And you were just in LA and you had a show, Grammy Weekend, which is like the hottest place to be, you know?
Yeah, I love
that?
LA so much. I love LA. It was my first time. It's super dope mindset for people there. Like, I know that a lot of people say it's a city of lost angels and da-da-da-da-da, but it's kind of dope in the sense that everyone has the same mindset there and they're all kind of trying to reach that goal. So everyone kind of works together.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a different vibe here. People, don't want to see people win as much as they do. And there is that vibe in LA, but it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Unless you've been there.
Bigger population. It's more of a mindset of abundance than it is here. It's pretty scarce over here. But yeah, absolutely. That must have been awesome.
The music scene out there is really dope. And just the energy in the city that weekend was amazing. And just the celebrities that you would see, it was just a vibe. I want to go back ASAP.
Yeah, I imagine you've thought about moving there?
Yeah, definitely.
Like every day?
Every single day.
Yeah.
It's definitely on the bucket list, a dream. And I mean, if it happens, it happens. I'm really 333 is on the clock right now.
Yeah.
So I really hope that we can manifest that. So put that in the universe.
The vibes.
It's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it will happen.
I hope so.
Any tours have you thought of doing or opening for someone touring?
Yeah, like I have some shows coming up. I can't really speak about them yet,
okay.
but I'm really excited about those. You just have to kind of look on my Instagram, follow that to follow along. That's RAXX official music, RAXX official music. But I have some plans to go back to the States. There's some places that I'm going to do some shows. Denver wants to have me out. New York wants to have me out. Washington, D.C. wants to have me out. So hopefully getting out to the States more because it's cool over there.
Yeah.
What have been some of your experiences with fans that have been, surprising or overwhelming? Or,
Yeah. I mean, there's some DMs that happen. They can get dark in the DMs, but like nothing really crazy.
I mean, on the connection side, like, do you have people who will DM you and say these lyrics connected with me in this specific way?
Yeah,
and I'm sure that you're shocked at how how the levels that you connect with people must be unbelievable.
Yeah, this year was kind of a big year for me because in the past, I think that I was kind of betraying what a female rapper was supposed to be and like being, what the media wants you to be. The Cardi B's, like what I was saying.
Yeah.
The Nickiminaj is no shade to them. That's kind of their lane. But there's always this image of what a female rapper is supposed to be, right? So I think it's nice to be authentic to yourselves and really speak about things that we go through as women.
Yeah.
Because there needs to be a voice for that. Like there needs to be a genre for that, and I think that it's important. And that's why I continue to do it, because it is so male dominated and it's such a small percentage of us doing it. So I try to keep pushing every day, even though it is sometimes really hard. And there are days that I don't want to do it. But for those people that, continue to support me, it really pushes me. So thank you to those people.
Yeah, that's very sweet. I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Connecting, like I don't write a lot of poetry or do a lot of art form in any way that I would ever get that type of a rapport with
this is art.
Yeah.
I think that,
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. But it must be incredibly rewarding and a heck of a momentum builder just to consistently get that incoming positivity and connection when you're writing something that's intimate to you. And then someone's like, oh, wow, that's intimate to me. Must be quite something.
Yeah, it has its ups and its downs. I mean, there are people in this world that want to bring you down,
Oh, yeah.
And like there is that dark side to it and like being vulnerable.
Yeah.
As an artist, putting your feelings out there and stuff. And that's kind of too why I do podcasts and talk to people too, because there needs to be a conversation about like mental health and all that stuff. And I think it's as important as an artist with a platform to kind of, use that because it's so alive and well right now, especially in our city. So yeah. I don't even know where the question was. But
No problem. You don't have to write them down.
Zing. Is there sound effect?
Got you there.
So on the topic of, hate as you get bigger, there's nothing that you can really do to avoid it.
Yeah.
It's like, which is strange in a way in the sense that, the more popular you become.
Yeah.
No matter what the heck happens, you just have to manage this ever swelling sort of storm of criticism.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah. Well, like a lot of times I think someone, if they are hated, because I've been on the internet since it was invented. But like I've had, be very like positive. So I don't actually get a lot of haters, but there has been some people that I've had over the years. And I found often it's that they saw something in me that maybe they didn't like about themselves and them not liking me actually most of the time has nothing to do with me.
Right.
It's that they had something that they couldn't do, or they didn't have the courage to do, or they didn't want to. And then that was like, you know, I had a friend who like left all these mean comments on my blog under a secret name and then came out. I tracked that IP. Bitch, don't hide from me. I'll find you.
Wow, that's an interesting story. It's
You're going to put a pin in that one.
Yeah, somebody left a bunch of comments under a fake name, and then I did my internet research and discovered the IP was that person's dad's house.
Wow.
Called them out, and then they said that it was like a mental health thing for them, that they were unhappy about things they were doing. And I was like, why did you do this and pretend to be my friend at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the friend.
Yeah.
Those sneaky.
Like, one of the things my mom said is, you know, it's like water off a duck's back. Just let it roll down and don't let it bother you.
That.
Yeah.
Jinx Monsoon says that.
Yeah.
Did you watch RuPaul?
No. Yeah. But yeah, okay.
She says that.
Great.
So cute.
But yeah, you know, it's like you can't let it get to you.
Well, I like the Detective Casie.
I know.
Yes. I am an absolute sleuth. Well, it's the thing. It's like, you know, over my years of being on the internet, like I can decipher the internet code and find out just about anything about anyone.
Yeah, so I know who to call.
You know, to track you down.
Yeah, if you need like a PI, one of my friends starts dating a new guy. I'm like, what's his name? First name, last name. Did you know that he went to this school and this person? I have this many friends.
I love that.
Yes, I'm a sleuth.
You need to have like a segment like Casey's Detective.
Actually, we've got a podcast researcher, so you could theoretically sick her on the person.
Yeah,
get some real information. That's why the bills have been so high. Casey's been researching all of her haters.
I love that.
There's a few out there. Hi.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, like it comes with the job, you know, and it's, you kind of feel bad for those people. And
you're just like, oh,
whatever. I don't care what people think, you know.
Yeah.
What do you make of the mental health sort of card as an excuse? Never thought of it in that way.
Wow, that's deep. I think that
they said it was a mental health thing.
Yeah, and I was like, that doesn't make it okay. Listen, there's lots of like mental health that everyone struggles with, but that's not a reason to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally just you sat at a computer and you're like
I pretended to be someone else.
I'm gonna shit on this person's website for fun.
Yeah, I usually just feel bad for those people. You know? And karma's a real thing. So
Oh yeah.
Huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I believe in that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So were you in high school in Collingwood?
Yeah.
You must have had a really small high school.
Yeah, there's 2 high schools in Collingwood. One was the Catholic and one was the bad one. I was at the bad one, obviously. And I mean, I wasn't the best kid growing up, but we got through it. And I think that it's made me stronger, you know, as a person and made me more humble as a person. So.
Do you still keep up with your Collingwood friends?
I have a couple that I do, yeah. And you know what's great is a lot of people from Collingwood support me in what I'm doing. So shout out to those people. But I was bullied a lot in school, and I think that kind of resonates with the haters online because it's just like I've always dealt with
that. Was like a crash course in dealing with it. You're like, please, I have dealt with this before.
Exactly.
You know, in person, never mind a keyboard warrior that's behind a screen.
Yeah. So for the kids listening, if they do listen, if the parents are cool parents, let them listen. Like, don't fuck with the bully stay. Like, look where you can be, you know?
So I've got a 1-year-old daughter. And I remember, and I've said this, I think we've talked about this before, about, you know, when you're in school and you're sitting in the class watching like the kids come in, like imagine you're in like grade 2, 3, 4, any of the years. You watch these kids come in and you think, oh, another kid. And you kind of commoditize the kids in some respect. Like, oh yeah, another girl came in, you know, and you never really get a great perspective on sort of the stories about the kids or you almost can't really humanize the context with them and their family. And it's like, there's like a whole structure here because you're a kid. You don't really, you just think, oh, another kid came in. Okay, another kid.
Yeah.
And I feel like it would be valuable and would help mitigate a lot of bullying if on the first day of school, especially in these younger grades, if the parents came in and the kids came in and the parents, and you met everybody,
Yeah.
you know, and you get some context to this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of parents go through hell just to get pregnant, just to have kids, just to, you know, get the kid there.
Yeah.
And as a kid, you think, I mean, this kid like popped out of a vending machine,
Yeah.
you know, and comes in. So now like you end up in this situation where you don't respect the value of the kid because as a kid, it's just like a commodity item.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like they could do a lot better job.
Yeah.
Just trying to give you some context of people.
Yeah. But I think like in today's age, like people are so consumed in themselves.
Well,
Like it's a huge thing. Like,
but it's a bit of a byproduct of, you know, their environment too.
Yeah. And with like COVID recently happening, like a lot of people, I think, like dynamics change. Like I know for myself, like I used to be like a club, like I always like to go out and like be very, very social.
Yeah.
And then after COVID, I was kind of like,
oh yeah.
Oh my God, I am the exact same. I used to be out like 4 or 5 times a week, sometimes 2 events in a night. Now I'm like, if I go to one thing during the week, I'm
just
like
exhausting.
I'm like, oh God.
Well, look, you brought your own microphone.
I did. I trucked it in the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely changed.
A lot of things.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Like I'm going on a trip Sunday for business, and I'm going to a Raptors game tonight, and I'm thinking, you know, I didn't think about it when I got the tickets, but now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have gone to the game because you could, you know, but exactly.
But
so that's how I.
But still, you
But
go
you go through that,
Right.
you know, where you never
would have thought anything like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go to the packed thing because I might catch a cold. And like, if you had a cold, you'd still want your chip. You wouldn't even care.
I was having a panic attack in the airport because I'm like, it said something about having a COVID test, and I was like, "What? I didn't get one."
Yeah,
but it's like to go to China, you have to have
Oh, to China.
Yeah. But everywhere else, I think is Gucci. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Dubai.
Shout out Dubai.
Yeah, you don't need a test.
No,
No.
you can't do drugs in Dubai.
no. You cannot do drugs.
No, there's no drugs.
No drugs
Other than alcohol.
You can drink there, but it's probably pretty expensive, right?
I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to
find out. That's fun though.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. How long is the flight?
The flight's long enough that you can get a lot done.
One of those.
So I did book a direct flight.
Yeah.
And it's a 13-hour there and a 14-hour back. So I've got quite a lot of
you can watch a couple
downloaded
movies.
items.
Yeah.
You know,
got a neck pillow.
You know what? I should get a neck.
I highly recommend.
Yeah, I'll get a neck pillow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll Amazon that.
If you can get one, it's called the Turtle TRTL. It's the absolute best neck pillow. It's got like a plastic thing and it holds your head up. Because I've done Australia, New Zealand,
I've done Australia.
Thailand.
Well, that's basically as far as this.
Yeah. It's a long flight. Like I slept halfway to New Zealand on my last trip. And I got there and I was like, I was like ready to go.
Yeah. It's the coming back that sucks.
Yeah.
For sure.
And the week after that.
Yeah. And you also need to get an air tag for your bag.
Yeah, I just bought 4 air tags.
Yeah.
Like that thing?
No.
Oh, you'll show me later.
I'll send you a link because it is the
turtleneck
best.
pillow.
And they better send you a promo package.
Oh, unless you want to borrow mine.
Like that thing?
No, it's not an actual kid's turtle.
You show up with that, she's like, that's not what I meant.
No.
Yeah, totally.
I was going to ask you, okay, so I know about your film and TV stuff, music stuff. What else do you do for fun that's not music?
I like to bartend.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I bartend at a event space called Broken Cage Gallery.
Oh, where's that?
It's on Richmond.
Okay.
Richmond and Portland.
Okay.
Shout out Eric and Lauren.
Yeah.
They're great.
What's it called again?
Broken Cage Gallery. And it's a dope event space. I had my release party there. There's been Raptors, Director X has had an event there.
I think I know exactly where that is. Sean's office is at Queen in Portland, and I go in that area quite a few times.
Well, you should go check it out because it's super dope.
It used to be a Nike space.
It used to be a Nike space, yeah. And we have a comedy show this weekend. Super dope.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, fun.
So you're working the bar during that comedy show.
We need to get that money back up so I can go back to LA. Yeah.
I love it. You know what? I really loved bartending and like working in restaurant. It was like the funnest thing. And I just love talking with people.
Yeah.
You know, I love to, it's like performing. I love being on stage and performing. And every time it's like, well, hello and welcome to the Keg or wherever you're working. And like, I thought it was so fun.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I would work anywhere else, like in the service industry.
Yeah.
It's kind of a vibe at this place.
Yeah.
Like, it's very artsy and you never know who you're going to meet there, right?
Yeah.
So it's really dope in that regard. And like, there's always new artists coming in and doing like shows.
Yeah, cool.
So you always see new art, which is also dope.
It would be fun to see your friends like try being a waiter and like, you know, that'd be a
I
fun
think everybody
reality
should
show.
do it.
Yeah,
once.
I think everyone
I
should
think so too.
working in a service industry, because like then next time you go to a restaurant, you'll be like, oh, okay, maybe I should.
It humbles you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you really get a good sense of character and people.
Yeah.
Right. So I definitely think that it adds value to you as a human being. So get out there and work.
Put in your hours in the service industry.
Don't be ashamed.
Yeah, no.
You know, you don't
career.
get paid to do improv. Like they don't pay you to do improv.
Right.
A restaurant could get me to try it out, just like I'd go improv for free.
There you
Come
go.
on, put me out there.
And it helped me with memory.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, I really hope like everyone goes out and does it because it's dope.
I got to pay more attention next time at a restaurant. What exactly they say when they arrive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess you give your name.
Yeah.
Depends on the restaurant too.
Yeah, it depends.
Sometimes there's a whole shtick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Karen's restaurant's coming to Toronto?
Yes. So it's a restaurant where everyone's mean to you. And then when you get there, they'll be like, here's your menu. You'll throw it on the floor.
It's actually a really smart like business idea.
So funny.
It's been
called
very
Karen's.
successful in Vegas.
Yeah, Karen's.
Yeah.
Wow, people, I mean,
But you'd probably love it. No mods.
working there or
No
yeah,
mods.
exactly. No
No
mods.
mods at all.
I'm sure it's
Get punched
Get
in
what
the
you get.
face. Big punch in the face. If you
Yeah,
haven't gone.
I'd like to go there for I like, doing things for the sport or entertainment value,
Yeah.
I was at the that restaurant where you eat in the dark.
Oh,
Noir.
Yeah.
Is it still open? I don't know.
I don't know.
But
Does it
Yes.
go dark?
it's
Just-
very dark.
Yeah. You know what? It was you got to put a lot of faith and trust them. I mean, you don't know what's on
Do
that
they
plate.
feed you or you feed yourself?
You
You feed yourself, but you don't really know what's on the plate.
Right.
Right?
can't
So it's
see it.
sort of
How about if it falls off your plate? I don't know.
I think there was some additional
Some
Blockage.
yeah, something.
You had to like go in a bucket and dig out.
Yeah, but all the waiters are blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Which
Yeah,
is
which is
very
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
And it takes you to a different place because you're so used to seeing things and it's a good perspective. I also am someone that when it's too dark in the restaurant, I get out my phone because I want to look at my food,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
I can't eat in the dark.
It's not for me.
In dim, if it's too dim,
I don't like when
eating.
it's too dim.
Yeah.
You like all your senses.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not too bright, but if I'm a notorious dinner, turn it up a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Got
Or
you.
like if you have a steak, you want to like make sure you're not just going to touch it and be like, I'm not that. I don't. My senses are not tuned in enough to be able to do that.
Now you've produced music videos too, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk us through what a music video shoot is like.
It's very fun. I learned a lot with my career with what I did in the film industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I did like Wiz Khalifa, Amal, a lot of people. And I learned just what goes into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and how you can, do it on your own, right? So it's a good experience. So it's a long experience. Usually music videos are super long shoots.
Yeah. Super long.
But yeah, it's, but yeah.
A lot
So
goes into
if you
it.
got like a
Lots.
3-minute song, you're doing a shoot for what, like 10 hours?
Basically,
Yeah,
yeah.
it could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, depending on like the,
All logistics of it. But
yeah.
Yeah, and like how many people you have? Do you have like, and it's like how many cameras are you working with? You have camera, you have lighting, you have any other crew? It's like I've worked on a couple. Sean, my boyfriend, he does like film and TV and music videos and stuff. We've been on lots of things, but you can do like, are we bare bonesing this thing and like using as few people as possible, or do we have like a whole crew and do we have like craft services?
Right.
And sometimes it's like. Because there used to be quite a bit of money in Ontario specifically for grants for making music videos and stuff.
There's still kind of.
And there is, but some of those things don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So
Because
it's a lot
everyone
harder.
is an artist.
Yeah, because it's a lot harder.
TikTok has ruined the industry.
That's an interesting point. What do you think when you say that? I mean, what do you think about TikTok in relation to the music industry?
No, like no shade to TikTok. I love TikTok. It's one of my favorite platforms. But that being said, it's really made it like becoming viral more accessible.
Yeah.
And so everyone, if you go viral once, thinks they're famous.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more ego, I think, in the entertainment industry now. And TikTok is one of the things to blame.
That's fueling that.
You may find that there's more ego off of less, in the sense that you used to sort of find people would develop an ego over repeated sort of hitting it out of the park repeatedly. Now you get one, you hit it out of the park once, and all of a sudden you're like,
they're like, maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, it does have its pros and its cons. Like the pros are, it gives a lot of exposure to artists and to myself as well. So can't hate the TikTok.
No. Definitely not. So do you find that TikTok drives listens to Spotify? Like how you driving listens?
No, it doesn't. Like maybe unless you go viral.
Right.
But I think that TikTok is like changing its platform a lot with music right now. So I don't really know what's happening. But I think they're in talks about opening their own record label or something. So things are changing a lot. So
yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, and especially with like crypto and all that, the world, like the Web3 stuff. Like I'm just learning about that. And that's pretty crazy because it's just like a new streaming kind of platform.
Yeah.
You know, because there was like cassettes, records, then CDs.
Then you got Napster.
And digital
Napster, MP3s, and then now just streaming platforms. And then I think there's like going to be a next wave soon.
Ownership.
Yeah.
Of digital.
But it's like so bizarre to me that it's like I'm trying to figure it out. But
yeah, Web3 is a whole worldwide web.
Yeah, this like chat, I like this chat robot
GPT
thing. Yeah,
I love ChatGPT so
like
much.
What is it?
So it is an AI. This is my time to shine.
A robot.
Nerd alert.
And how are you using it?
So ChatGPT is an AI. I'm actually a subscriber now, so I have the paid version.
Oh, she's serious.
Yes. I don't fuck around. So one of the things I love about it, well, you could use ChatGPT for free. It's created by OpenAI. It's like a very intelligent platform. So for example, I could, if I wanted ChatGPT to write a bio about Casie Stewart, because I have so much content on the internet, ChatGPT is familiar with me. So write a bio for Toronto blogger Casie Stewart, and it will actually scrape data as long as it's but it only goes up to 2021. So I think 2021. So it can pull data and it will write a beautiful bio for me, for example. Or I could say, ChatGPT, write a series of tweets about it being a sunny day in the voice of Casie Stewart, and it can write them. Another example is I asked ChatGPT to write a blog post about how drinking less and working out more is better for your mental health and body. A blog post in the voice of Toronto blogger Casie Stewart. Post isn't live yet, but when it goes live, you'll be like, who wrote this? Because it actually sounds like me.
Casie Stewart wrote it.
Casie Stewart, because I had it write it for me, and then I'll edit it. But it's great.
Add some periods.
So is it? It's not a human. Like
no, it's AI. So
it's wild.
It's actually really crazy because the way my blog is written, it's very conversational and like happy, and I use exclamation marks. And I was reading what ChatGPT gave me back to my boyfriend, and he's like, I was like, ChatGPT, it's me. I was like, how does it sound? It's like, it's such a beautiful day. Like
that's wild.
Yeah. And I've used it also for, you know, if I write something and I'm like, can you please rewrite this better?
Yeah.
And putting that block of text into it, have that be rewritten.
Like an editor.
Yeah, an editor. Also for...
I've used it for that too.
Also for...
You can say, simplip this, shove in a paragraph.
Yeah, or like you could say, right, give me the steps to make a guacamole or something. It'll write out the steps. Like when
the future is here.
What rhymes with?
Yeah,
it's I'm gonna have a ghostwriter on
Chat but GPT. Even like
what is it? GPT?
ChatGPT.
GPT. Okay.
Yeah, it's really the world of AI to me is extremely fascinating. I've always been an early adopter when it comes to tech things. So
not kids.
When not an early adopter of kids. No, but tech, because like when there's something new out, I usually want to. It's the same way I got into blogging and social media. I saw that something was new, and me being an early adopter helped me get out the gate in something that was new ahead of other people. And then I told other people why it was cool or what was, and I did it out of pure interest because I'm like a thirst for knowledge of tech stuff, you know?
I know. I regret so much not like continuing with TikTok because I started when it was like fresh.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nah, like, fuck this. And then it just blew up. And I had already like taken enough time off.
Yeah.
But I had heard about it. It was like Vine, right? Like,
I loved Vine so much.
And I loved Vine so much too.
So good.
And I was like, this is the new Vine. And I was like, this is going to blow up. But then I just gave up and didn't really pursue it. That's one of my biggest regrets.
Yeah, really? Okay. Yeah. But you post TikTok now?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're out
You're back,
there.
bitches.
We're back, bitches.
You see any of the good deep fake stuff? See any of that stuff?
I follow the account that is the Tom Cruise deep fake, that guy. And he's done a couple of videos with Paris Hilton where it's like...
Yes, I've seen those.
But Sean has shown me some funny deep fakes that are like President Biden or Donald Trump. He also recently made a... I'll play it for you after. But it says, it's just an audio and says, "Hi, this is Alex Trebek. I'd just like to say Casey Stewart is the smart and beautiful woman." And it's in the voice of Alex Trebek.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. If your voice is out there, they can grab your voice.
Oh,
and make you
create any series of words in your voice.
Yeah.
And they're doing it very well with images, like with video too. Like they can make you think that you're watching a video of somebody when it's a totally fake video.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah. And for Biden and Trump, it would be tough to figure out what's real, what's fake half the time.
Well, there's one. Yeah. There's a couple really funny ones. And you're like, is this real? And you have to be like, wait a second. This is not real. But I think that's kind of what is scary about AI, because there's this company, 11 Labs, and that's how Sean used it to make the AI of Alex Trebek's voice. But that same, when they came out of beta, that was used to do all kinds of like deep fake porn.
Oh,
you
wow.
know? It's like a celebrity doing a porn, but it's not really them. And it's like, it looks like Prince William and Kate or something, and it's not actually them.
Oh,
it's a
wow.
deep fake of a face. And that... there was some big problems with that, doing, you know, or making people say things that are like totally inappropriate on the celebrity's face. And like, what are you going to do? Once something's on the internet, it's there forever.
It is. It's a diary of your life.
You can delete it, but it's not gone.
No.
I'll find
you
it.
might as well produce and make money off your own deep fake porn.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason.
I could do an OnlyFans, but it's just a deep fake.
I was just about to say.
My own only deep Casey deep fake.
I was literally just about to bring up that topic, and like that was the reason why like I haven't made the leap onto OnlyFans. One, because I never want to disappoint my mother.
Yeah.
But you never know like what's going to happen tomorrow. So
no. Well, I mean, I would suggest signing up and getting your handle at OnlyFans so that no one can take your name. I have Casey Stewart OnlyFans, and it just says, it's like, it's me, but there's no content.
She's waiting. She's waiting for the drop. 2024.
I mean, I think there are some people who are using the OnlyFans platform in a way kind of like Patreon, where you have like kind of like it's not only like DJ Khaled, I think, example, has an OnlyFans, but it's not like sexual. It's just like for like content. You can probably get him to say another one. Like, you know, you pay a little bit.
That's interesting. Maybe I should try that.
You know, using the platform.
Baby steps.
Yeah, but maybe not.
You heard it here first, folks.
Not in a sexual way. We'll add your OnlyFans link in the show notes.
Yeah. But I used to like post a lot of like content that actually got me banned off Instagram.
Oh.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah. So I like
content like what?
Well, my album cover for Rated R was me holding my boobs because RAXX,
yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, RAXX comes from my boobs, and so I went to a jewelry shop and got shout out AK Jewelry.
I follow
actually
him on Instagram.
He actually was murdered. A couple of days ago. So
I heard of
condolences.
that.
Yeah. Wow. That's sad.
Sorry that went dark, but shout out AK. But they helped me shoot my album cover, and it was like all their jewelry, and I was covering my boobs, and that was my album cover, rated R. And so, not thinking anything of it because I wasn't showing anything, posted it on Instagram, and immediately it got flagged.
Yeah.
And then I was like, shit, because I had already it's already out on all platforms. I had no issues with Spotify, Apple, anything like that. But they said it was like promoting. I think it looks like a porn to them because it's called rated R, and it was like
and it's boobs.
And then people kept tagging me in the photo and like reposting it, and then I would get banned, and then they would get in trouble, and then my fans were getting angry at me, and it was just a really bad time. And COVID just happened, and then Instagram took me off for 2 months.
Oh my God, that's like a lifetime in social media.
Yeah, and especially when my album just dropped, it was really hard. So
over not much of anything.
Yeah, it was, and like I've seen a lot worse on Instagram, and it was just like haters or whatever reporting me to slow down that career, and it did work in the moment, but it was a learning thing. I learned from it, and now when I came back to the music, it's been something that is in the back of my head now. Like you have to kind of
don't push the boundary too much.
Yeah, and keep it PG. And now I have a lot of younger fans as well, so I try to write my new music thinking about them.
Yeah,
I still am true to myself. I still talk about adult things and swear and all that, but I try to be better at that. Yeah. And I think artists should do that because
keep that in mind.
Yeah, like radio play, you got to keep that in mind. And like shows, like professional shows, like in Nathan Phillips Square, if you swear, that's $30,000.
Shit, really?
As an artist.
Next time I go there, I'm just gonna be like, fuck.
Yeah, if you're performing, so don't do that. But yeah. So
wow, I didn't know that was such a serious fine. Do you know anyone who's got that fine? I wonder. I bet somebody has.
Probably, I think one of the Raptors did at the parade. Because they swore. Maybe not. I could be making that. That could be fake news.
I'll fact check that for you.
Fake news. But I think someone swore on the mic at like a sporting thing.
And,
yeah. They're serious about that.
Yeah.
Because it's family friendly.
Yeah. At Nathan Phillips.
And at I think like public places, like if you're doing like a show for the town, like the city of Mississauga and stuff,
yeah, you can.
Be,
you got to keep it PG.
A parking guy comes up to you and gives you
the city of Toronto, I think.
Tickets you.
Yeah.
Get something.
Not John Tory.
Yeah.
No,
shout out John Tory. Is it too soon?
No comment.
Yeah.
So coming up this year, you've got a release of your EP?
Yeah. June 24th.
Amazing.
Super excited. There's a lot more singing on this because I wanted to kind of experiment a little bit more and challenge myself as an artist to just show my range and what I can do. And I released a song yesterday called Numb. And
yes, that's when it's you and the microphone. I watched it today.
Yeah, it's I shot it in LA.
That's great.
Yeah, I shot 2 videos there, so another one's coming.
Amazing.
And people are really resonating with that, and they like the sound. It's different. So
yeah, I liked it. I actually watched it twice today.
Oh, thank
2 plays on YouTube are me today.
I love that. But yeah, I just think that we have a lot to offer in Toronto, and there is in the rap scene, Toronto has a signature sound.
Right.
And I'm not really like that. Like my sound isn't, my rapping isn't like that. So I'm kind of like a black sheep in the rap community, I would say. Yeah.
That's good.
But I mean, I stand out, so that's what it is. And America loves me. So
yeah.
Shout out America. We can clip that.
Well, do you have a name of the EP?
Yeah, it's called The Smell of Smoke.
Awesome.
Oh.
And you can take it as you want. There's a lot of different meanings behind it. I think that the main meaning is like the smell of cigarette smoke triggers me a lot because of my ex and stuff. But also the smell of smoke is kind of like after something traumatic has happened, and it's kind of like the aftermath of that. And that's kind of what the metaphor is.
It's a great name.
Yeah, I think it's good. Could be like also like the fire's getting started.
Also that.
Smell of smoke.
People can take it a different...
Also, if you love going to the cottage and having the fun.
And I do love that.
Totally. Totally.
You know, but
You gotta have sound effects like nerd alert.
Yeah. But it's like, I feel like, you know, it could be, and I guess when people hear different songs, you could interpret it a lot of different ways.
And that's the beautiful thing about music, right?
Yeah,
I love
it. Well, I'm really excited for that.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for joining us.
Oh my God, it was such a pleasure.
I'm so glad to have this chat and learn more about you.
Yes, likewise. And I think that your shirt is really perfect for the smell of smoke.
Yes. We're on branding. We're always branding.
Yeah, I love it. Amazing.
RAXX, yes.
Yeah. Thanks, RAXX.
Thank you so much. You can find me at RAXX Official Music on all platforms. That's RAXX Official Music, like titties.
Yes, RAXX. RAXX on RAXX.